Hey, what's up, Life Without Pants with another Path to XR video. And in today's video, I want to talk about our most recent science project. We've been, as with science, we always write things down. Oh, you can't really see these maybe. Yeah, there you go. But I have been trying out a new strategy recently. I wanted something that didn't involve magic find, because snooze. And I didn't want to do the league mechanic, honestly, either. And I wanted to use up some old maps that I had lying around. So, like many people, I did Cemetery with Abyss, and I had all of these. I didn't like it after a while, so I had all of these T7 Cemetery maps lying around. So I figured I would do something that works in low tier maps, that, the rewards don't need to, I don't need to worry about the rewards not scaling, like I'm missing out on not doing a T16 map, and something that I can either liquidate pretty easily or sells very, very quickly. And I selected Essence and Betrayal. So this is what it looks like for 100 of these maps. We got 76 just raw divines in here. We were selling our ashlings for 12 divines sometimes. It felt like I was robbing those people. It's insane the amount of money you make from this. Thanks. If we go and look here, I've done 100 and I'm so close to getting another Mastermind and another T4 Ashling, and I'm not gonna count it in because I don't think that's useful. But let's take a quick look at our skill tree on the Atlas passive. So basically, we're just taking everything that's Betrayal, we're taking that, and everything that's Essence, we're taking that. Now I've blocked off a bunch of other stuff here because I just don't want to see Cassia. Sorry, Cassia. I just don't want to see Legions. I just don't want to do it. You don't have to do this. It slightly increases your chance to get extra essences because we're taking Stream of Consciousness. And I've got the maps nodes on here. And I think these are just wasted points, honestly. You can do this with his, I think it's around 60-ish points, 60, maybe 70 points. So this is loading a little slowly. Here we go. So 71 points is all you need to be able to run this. That's it, 71 points. So 71 points, you can do it any tier map you want. I would recommend lower tier because essences, the monsters get harder in essences the higher map tier you're in, but the rewards do not get better. They're the same as they are in T16s as they are in T1s. So the lower tier map, the better, honestly. And Betrayal, 99% of the rewards don't scale. The money from Betrayal comes from a T4 Ashling, which went from, we sold ours in between 8 and 12 divines, depending on the time of day. Around 6 p.m., I say GMT, I don't live in GMT, but around 6 p.m. Central European time, then they go for around 8, and when it got to sort of midnight Central European time, they were going for around 12. It really felt a little... Yeah, there's a lot of money going around for ashlings right now. And the essences, they make a ton of money as well. And they're really, really easy. I used just a couple of things. I haven't, this is not actually accurate here. This is from a previous sheet, so I'm just going to delete that. But our Jun sextants, those cost us 9C each. I bought 24 of those. I actually bought 25, so I just quickly modify that. And the essence sextant, this is just like you have one additional essence in your maps and you have a 50% chance to have a remnant of corruption. Then that cost us 5C each. I think they actually cost 4.5, but I rounded up. And the Kirak essence craft on the map device we get by using 7th gate. So that means you have to have this Eldritch Gateway, this Eldritch Gateway, this Eldritch Gateway, and these 3 as well, allocated along with the 7th gate keystone. And that means that you get all the available map crafting options, including, harvest and ultimatum and everything that you could, ritual. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to organize this, and then we're going to do a very quick map. In fact, we could just do a map now. I will show you exactly what it looks like. This seems fine. Now, I don't have any more essence sextants. I don't have any sextants containing Jun either, but I have a lot of maps. And if you've done a lot of, abyss farming with Wandering Path on your magic find, then you probably have a lot of Jun things as well. So I'm just going to take an essence craft and this, and that's it. That's all we do. We just chuck that on. I'm going to get myself some of these and then some remnants of corruption as well, because honestly, you get so many remnants of corruption with a strategy that you can corrupt everything. You can corrupt all of them, and you will get so many left over. It's honestly shocking how many that you get, and you get a fair amount of random currency. See, I corrupted this one, and the essences, they went up a tier. Obviously, you can get the misery, envy, and dread essences, and scorn as well. Misery, envy, dread, and scorn, and those turn into the essence of delirium, essence of horror, that stuff. I got the shrines on because I just really like shrines. And then we find our syndicate safe houses, and we get to basically level these people up. I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna take our Haku. There's a betrayal option here, so I'm just gonna execute this guy. Ideally, I'll level up these guys, and then we'll put Chimeria in the brig for 1 turn. And then we'll get our mastermind, so we'll be able to do another Ashling. Now I've triggered the intervention one here, so I don't actually have any spiders. I'm playing the Arakali's Fang build. I'm really liking it so far, and I think I'm gonna play it for quite a bit. We're gonna do some min-maxing. Intervention is really good as well to level people up in for when you do the mastermind, because every T3 person, every tier 3 person, like Hillock here or that fled, they drop a winged scarab. Now there's a lot of winged scarabs about this league, probably more than any other league, I think, apart from, with the exception of Toto, where there was just a huge number of winged scarabs. There's even more this league because people are dropping them in the huge conversions that they get when they're doing Magic Find. But that's, we've done the Immortal Syndicate in this zone, and we're just gonna wander around and get the essences, and then we're just gonna leave. You don't get a ton of extra currency from stuff. I think I found 1 raw divine from 100 maps, which is honestly more than I expected to find. I always do the boss though, because we have one of the notables we have is you get 10 experience for a random Betrayal house when you kill the map boss, when you get map complete over here. So I just make sure I complete the map, go and find all of the essences, and with this build I just run around and everything dies anyway. We've got 45 monsters left, and at this point I would just leave. And that's it. That's the whole map. It takes on average, even with all the the big thinking that we have to do sometimes for how to maximize or min-max our betrayal stuff, it takes 3 minutes you're looking at per map, if that. Included with safe houses and doing the mastermind, you're looking at, on average, 5 minutes per map over the course of, I would say, we did 100 maps, it took us 500 minutes. And that includes selling. So that's selling your Ashlings, selling your, when you get a Hillock 30% armor quality. I'm not going to chuck this stuff in here, but this is why we have so many essences. I mean, you get an insane amount. So I'm going to quickly total this up. I'm going to vendor all of the essences, as in upgrade them, so that we can get a much more accurate idea of how much money we've made. We've got a lot of chaos in here, and that's because you'll get a Varici 1-6 socket, white socket when he's in research as well, so you'll just get randomly like 80 chaos per white socket. So there's a fair amount of chaos, but it's not from dropping on the floor. It's most of it comes from Betrayal. Anyway, so I'll be back in just a sec and we'll talk about our returns. Okay, and it's time for us to go through the profits from this, and there's a couple of things I did not count in here. I'm just going to go over those very quickly. We got a little bit lucky. I got a set of nurse cards from one, I think it's Gravicius can give you this in either transportation or fortification or something like that. But you can get this. Did not count this, so that's not in there. There's an amethyst ring in here. This is a death rush. Didn't count that either. We got all these helmets. These are all of Janice's Veil. Now, these are level 76, so they're not worth much at all. But if you're going to do this strategy later on, and in higher tier maps, it's going to be more difficult, more challenging. But a lion's pelt with Janice Veil that's level 85, where you can, unveil the rarity mod on it. It's like 30 divines just on its own. So this could be an incredible moneymaker if you were to do this in higher tier maps. Honestly, it adds a layer of challenge, but whatever. These are all Elrion jewelry. I think these are like 15 or 20C each, something like that. You get a lot of these, so we got around 20-ish, something like that. I didn't count these either. We got some fresh meat support. Some I got a 120 tornado shot. There's lots of other things that I put in my fragments tab as well. So I got some some random splinters, some breach things as well. But this is what it looks like for just the regular stuff. So we got 76 raw divs. I mean, that's from Ashling. There's only one that dropped, so these are all just from trading Ashlings in 100 maps. 421 chaos. This is after we paid 200 chaos for all of the Kirak map crafting options. A ton of essences, so many essences. We got a lot of winged scarabs as well, like a seriously large amount of winged scarabs. We got quite a few catalysts because you get those from Immortal Syndicate 2. Especially fertile catalysts. If you, I think there's a couple of div cards, like the finishing touch, which drops from Hillock, and Sambodi's Vow. This gives you mortal fragments, so I've included those because you will get a fair few mortal fragments when you do Immortal Syndicate for long enough. We got some of these as well. I'm not sure if these are counted in the actual total. These are the uniques you get from Katarina. So, the Kanu Kulamak is going to be like, it's 4 divs right now. I think these Cinder Swallows are like 1 divine. 2.2 unidentified. I would probably sell them unidentified. I don't think that is not included in this. So even though they're in the tab, I don't think the tool takes that into account. So yeah, it doesn't. So we made 140 divines, which is nuts. It's really insane. So our costs were 750C, and that's if you're paying 2C per map, which, I mean, you're probably not. You could probably just go to your map tab and you can select any of these. Like you could, anything up to, I mean, you could do T16s as well if you wanted, but you could just take any of these and run those. Obviously you want to do a good layout, but so you may only pay like 5.5 chaos per map. And currency wise, we're getting 16.2 thousand chaos out of this in total. I mean, it's mostly tied up in divines. We're getting 6,500 chaos worth of essences. We got 3,500 chaos worth of scarabs. There's some other stuff as well, like the these fragments, all of the these scouting reports and other other little odds and ends. So this came out at 272 chaos profit per map. It's nuts. I mean, you could do an Ashling and you can churn out Ashlings like half an hour. You can get an Ashling and then you get bang, you got 10 divines or 8 divines or 12 divines, whatever the going price is. And then you get a little bit extra as well from, maybe you got a Hillock for 2 divines or you got, some Varichis that you're selling. It's really crazy this amount. Like, I want to keep doing this. I also got a level as well in this. So really, really useful. I think I'm going to keep doing this a little bit. Also, I've been writing down, this is the science I was referring to earlier. I've been writing down how many times I come across transportation and how many times I come across fortification missions. Because I always assumed it would be equal. And it doesn't look it so far. Anyway, this spreadsheet, this tree is going to be in the description down below, so you can check this out. I would honestly, if you want to break from Magic Find, this is a great break from Magic Find. If you want to break from doing the league mechanic, because I did not do it once, not once, and we still made an insane amount of money. I think I'm going to maybe try to help out Sir Gog with the Strand Science for Icy Brothers, and maybe I'm going to do some of this at the same time. But I think we're going to get a level first, and then we're going to go help him out with that because, that's science too. So with that, man, I hope you try this out because it's honestly a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but I hope you are kind to everyone you meet. I love it all very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.